All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honor to my apostles and elders who are in Millstone, who teach it very well. While I learned this truth from, his citation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And on today, man, just basically we at the end, man. Because the tension upon the planet Earth will not calm down. It's not like this place is going to revert back into the 1950s or revert back into the Roman Empire in the golden age of Edomites living. No, it's coming to a time when we're coming to the end of this society. And how will this society end? We have to answer for that, man. This society will end in nuclear warfare. Let's start off right here in the book of Ezekiel 7 verse 5. Thus saith the Lord power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. Now that word evil, going to the word Eve, it goes back into times. And that word ill goes back into sick or bad. So bad times is actually coming upon the planet Earth. And one of the bad times that's coming is, Jacob's trouble. But what's going to be bad too is those nuclear missiles. It's going to tell you, continuing on, and end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. So again, the end of this society, the end of the West, the end of the beast system being in control is at an end right now. And how do we know it's at an end? Because the talk upon the planet Earth is war. Whether it be trade wars, whether it be brother against brother, sister against sister, neighbor against neighbor, race wars. Wars is the talk of the town right now. And ultimately World War III. And the reason why it's the talk of the town, because that's how this place will be taken out, man. Let's go ahead and get something real quick. I got an article from the South China Morning Post. The dominant West powers are leading us closer to midnight. If you don't know about their doomsday clock, that midnight actually represents the destruction of America. It says, by risking a nuclear holocaust over Ukraine and possible genocide in Palestine, Washington and Brussels are threatening peace and humanity. And that's what Esau actually came to do when he came upon the planet Earth. Esau didn't come upon the planet Earth to bring peace. He didn't come upon the planet Earth to make everybody go along with the get along. No, he actually came with a destruction. He came with a sword. Revelation 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And a part of this guy taking peace from the earth is him having these different nuclear weapons, or even different type of weapons. This nigga got drones, submarines, Even this nigga turned the weather balloon to a damn weapon, man. But let's read this again. And there went out another horse that was red, and there were red actually points at the Edomites. Because when you go into the word Edom, Edom actually goes back into red. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the place, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword. And that great sword is the nuclear capabilities. Now let's go back into this article. It says the war in Ukraine now edges even closer towards a nuclear confrontation that will risk humankind physical annihilation. And not humankind, no, the Edomite kind. Because best to believe the Lord, he's going to preserve his elect. And even various parts upon the planet Earth, Let's go ahead and continue on. It says the carnage in Palestine is challenging the consequence of the world and threatening the West's moral collapse. It's time we wake up to the dead end to which the dominant Western powers, and that's what's happening. The end is come. The dead end of the Western society ruling. Read this again. It is now time we come up to the dead end to which the dominant Western powers, led by the United States, is leading us. This is especially so when America's may be about to re-elect a president who is now a convicted felon, showing you how America down bad. But it's another one that's real good. Yeah, here you go. Right here, this world war, it says war on brink as Biden sleepwalking into World War III with Russia, experts warn. So again, they telling you that war is inevitable, man. And it's gonna be led by the Western society. And that's what these devils been doing ever since they've been into power. This is how they got their land, and this is ultimately how they're gonna try to keep it, through the sword. He even tells us that in the book of St. John, the 10th chapter, that the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. You know? Let's read a little bit of this. Just go down and get to the point where it's at. Yep. Right here from Twitter. I spoke to a friend I trust on what's going on in Russia. I think that the risk of nuclear war is higher now than at any point in my lifetime. Biden is sleepwalking in World War III. So they know that this thing is going to happen. Despite the best efforts, President Joe Biden just plunged the U.S. deeper into the fight in Ukraine. So Ukraine will be using U.S.-made weapons to strike inside Russia and nuclear-armed power with a U.S. president's blessing. And this just shows you a buildup of that brother against brother. You know? Matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Matthew 12. And let's jump down. Because again, that's a part of a war. You know, say, hey, let me get that fire so I can pop, you know. So once they get that fire, and they say, where you get that gun from, man? They gonna point at the U.S. And it just shows you that's an act of war. And not only is that an act of war for the Western society, there's an act of war for the Edomite Empire. Because the Russians over there, they're Edomites too, man. Read this. It says, and Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And a part of even this society being brought into desolation, Joe Biden versus Trump. Do you realize if this was the ancient world, the Roman Empire, you say something bad about the leaders, you know, then that's off with your head, showing you that the people in the West really don't respect the people in power. And the reason why you don't respect them, because you niggas are not in power. We know that the Illuminati, you know, the powers that be, the secret cabal that comes in the form of these international bankers that's ruling everything, man. And people are tired of your bullshit, man. Read this again. It says, Yahweh knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And the same cast out, saying, he is divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? And this is the reason why the American morale is low. This is the reason why the beast system is getting taken out. Brexit, you know what I'm saying? People are trying to break away from this wicked system because they know that this is at the end. And again, it's going to end off with nuclear warfare. Let's see, it's one more article that I seen that caught my eye. Let me see. Please bear with me. I can bear with me. Let me see. Those too far back. Please bear me. I think it was nuclear weapons. Yeah, kind of. Oh, here you go. Yeah, here go one just bagging up. And it got it knocked off. Here you go from Newsweek. Iran threatens to react in nuclear dispute, because we already know that they want them to do nuclearize. And this is another one that was talking about Iran. Please bear my argument. Let me see. But it just shows you what time that we are in. Warfare. Why everybody's talking about nuclear warfare? Why is everybody beefing up their military and getting weapons? Not only America and Russia, but you can even go into China, Iran, Israel, India, which is, India. They think India is just a whole bunch of dot heads. And they have a lot of people there, and also they have nuclear capabilities. France, Britain, all these people are coming together for World War III. That's going to be the biblical prophecy of the book of Joel. How the Lord is going to bring all these nations to the battle of Armageddon, man. I think I can't find if it's not. Hey, I'm just going to go ahead and get this. And all on, they got them knocked out. Will Putin go nuclear if Western weapons hit targets in Russia? And that's it right there. Will Putin go nuclear if Western weapons hit targets in Russia? Because again, that's the ultimate form of the act of war. And not only is Russia fighting for themselves, they actually fighting for Palestine too, in Iran. It even tells us that in Ezekiel the 38th chapter, how the Lord said that Russia was going to be a guard unto these smaller nations. A guard from who? The devil that the Bible speaks of. Even though you the devil, but the other devil that the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom, man. And it just shows you that this kingdom is over with, and we are at the end. So let's just end off right here in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 19, start at verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So the Lord, he's going to let Esau versus Esau, the sword versus the sword, which is ultimately going to end off in madness. When we go into the word, the mad, and the military form is called mutual aerial destruction. So when somebody shoot a missile off, somebody else will do the same thing. Continuing on, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counselor thereof, and they shall seek the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. So the only thing Esau can do now is trust in his wickedness. He is not going to trust in Yahweh Shai. He's going to trust in his sword. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, which is Yahweh Shai, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And that's ultimately your end goal. After World War III, after y'all get to fight, after the nukes drop, you're going to come into slavery, man. And that's the reason why this devil is in a sense of desperation and trying to do everything to hold on to his kingdom. So yeah, I just pray this video is edifying. I want to say, call Allah, Yimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. I want to give double honors to my apostle and elders, Millstone, and Shalom.